Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
It has been a while since I've talked about this topic. I think it's so important and really is protection for all of us in terms of our energy. We're going to talk about chakras and protecting them and so much more. And that's just a piece of what she does as a life coach, but she's also an energy healer as well. And she's back with us. This is Transformational Thursdays with Tamara Grob. How are you doing today?
Hi, Steve. I'm doing well today. A little bit hot with this weather, but doing well.
It's all good. It's all good. We got either way, whether it's hot or cold, you got to protect your energy. And I know this gets for some people a little woo-woo if you don't understand it. And I understand it. Listen, in my journey, I used to help a famous intuitive with a website that was all about this. Now, I believe in energy and intuitiveness. I don't know what a chakra was back then, but here I am working. Then I figured out what chakras are later in life and then realized, oh, that's what's going on. Oh, that's the reason I feel this way and all of it. So we're going to break it down today. 7 chakras in our body. Those are the main ones, right? Can we start there?
Exactly. So there are 13, okay, but there are some that are above and below our body. So we're not going to focus on that today. So when it comes to energy work and as an energy healer, the first step has to be clearing the energy centers, which is what chakras are. Okay, they are energy centers within our body. They are not seen or felt physically. They're in what's called the astral body, but they can be seen and felt energetically. And people that work with energy, I see them, I feel them. This is how I can help people with their energy. So there are 7 chakras in the body. They are located at different points along the spine. Okay, they're each associated with a specific color and a specific element, meaning air, earth, water, fire, and ether. They're also linked to specific emotions and feelings in the body. So I'm going to go through that a little bit to explain, because this is how I know when someone is off, because the chakra is in most humans blocked. It's not clear. They are energy centers, so they should be spinning. Most chakras, when they are healthy, aligned, clear, and spinning, your energy is moving through you. You are healthy. You're living your best life. But for most humans, that's not the case. Our chakras are blocked because of things like trauma, negativity, all the toxicity that we're exposed to through our food, our water, our air, products, our environment. It affects us physically and energetically. Chakras are affected. So the way that I work is, and I'm going to go through, the first chakra it's called root, and it's at the base of the spine, and it's associated with color red. Then you move up to the sacral, which is in the lower abdomen, that's orange. You move up to the solar plexus, which is yellow, and that's between the navel and the rib cage. And then you move up to the heart, obviously, the heart area, it's green. Then you have the throat, which is in the lower throat area near the thyroid, that's blue. Then the third eye, which is between the eyebrows, and that's usually indigo. And then you've got the crown, which is the top of the head, usually violet or white. Okay, so this is just to help people that don't know what chakras are.
Sure.
You can Google this. There's plenty of information out there that can show you. So as I said, they need to be aligned and they need to be clear. The other important thing is that there are chakras that hold masculine energies and some that hold feminine energies. That also has to be in balance. So the root, the solar plexus, and the throat tend to hold masculine energies, which is the energy of taking action, right? The energy of giving. And the sacral, the heart, and the third eye tend to hold feminine energies, which is, again, the energy of receiving, of creativity, of flow. So again, if these are out of balance, and they are for most of us, because we live in a patriarchal world where we pretty much have to operate out of very toxic masculine energies, and where the healthy feminine energies and the healthy masculine energies have been suppressed. So again, understand I'm talking about energies. I'm not talking about gender, male, female. Okay. So I don't want people to think that I'm, speaking badly about men. I'm talking about energies that both males and females hold within them. So energy healing must first clear the chakras. I cannot help someone to heal themselves if their chakras are blocked. Why? Because they will not be able to receive the energy that's coming through. Okay. So the first step is allowing the chakras to clear. And the way I do that is when I'm coaching someone, obviously they're going to come to me. A client will tell me whatever their issue is, and I'm going to ask them certain questions about what are they feeling? Where are they feeling this in their body? What are the predominant emotions that are coming up for them? And when they start talking to me about this, I will immediately be drawn to a chakra or chakras in their body. Now, sometimes I will see the color will come to me, or I'll just know the part of the body where it's coming from. And when I explain what each chakra is about, that's how I can go about and help the client to clear it. So let's start with the root. Okay, the root is basically, like I said, it's at the base of the spine. This is all about our stability, our security, our safety, feeling safe in the world. It grounds us to the earth. It's our connection to the earth. Okay, so if it's blocked or if it's unbalanced and a client is telling me that they feel very ungrounded, like they're always up in their head, or they're feeling very unsafe, very unstable, they're in a lot of fear, then I'm drawn to that chakra. And I know there's a lot of work to be done to clear that. And that is one of the chakras that needs a tremendous amount of clearing, because we are made to feel very unsafe in this world, right? From a very early age.
Can I share with you at this moment?
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't laugh. I hugged a tree today. I'm not
I
even kidding.
had one yesterday.
I was walking my dog and this morning, and I walked up to a tree area and I'm like, it's almost like a magnet. Like, I need you. And I just went over and I just got close to the tree. And that's one way of grounding. Had some stuff in the last couple of days, and it almost felt like instinct. Like, I need to be grounded. Give me something. Yeah. So I get what you're saying.
I love that you just shared that, because people laugh at, tree huggers.
Go ahead and laugh.
No, but
Go ahead.
seriously, again, if we had time, I could do I teach a course on this.
Wow.
Trees hold so much energy for us, and they transfer energy to us, and they take what we don't want in us.
See,
They're
I didn't know that.
transmuters. Yes, they are.
I did not know that.
But that's
Um,
why you're drawn to it, right?
Final question on that. How much time do you need to spend with a tree, if you will? Is it just, just a quick hug, just get close to it, and there's many other ways to ground. I've got a grounding mat right here on the floor that's connected to the ground lug of my electrical outlet.
Yeah.
$20, another way to ground. But when you connect with a tree, what should you be doing to get the most benefits?
First of all, you do have to ask it permission, because the tree does have a consciousness in it. It's got energy in it,
It's
like
got
any.
energy.
Yeah, absolutely. It has a consciousness just as we do. So you ask it permission. And of course, a tree will always welcome you, always. And then you can put your hands on it. I love to put my hands on it or just sit with my back against a tree. And then you can feel the energy. If you're if you are sensitive to it, and most people are, but a lot of people, again, might think this is woo. But for those that are open to this, you're going to feel there is a transfer of energy taking place. And then, I'll ask the tree, like, can you please take from me today what I do not need? And you can ask the tree to absorb whatever isn't working for you today, whatever negativity you're holding in you. And then you can ask the tree to share its pure, natural energy with you. Remember, trees are anchored into the earth. Their roots go very, very deep. They are in a way, they're like antennas, okay? They're very anchored to the energy of the earth, and they're also, because of their branches and because of how high they are also connected to source energy, universe, God, whatever you want to call it.
Sure.
So they transmit this to us. And also think of what they do physically for our world, right? They actually cleanse our air. So it's no wonder that many people are drawn, just taking a walk in nature. I love to walk barefoot. Now, when you live in a city, that's not always possible, but as much as possible, if I'm in a park, I take my shoes off, or at the beach, on the sand, that's
Yep.
grounding, and it's great. You've got a grounding mat. Like,
Oh,
again, you can't
I,
walk
I,
barefoot.
I, I sold a house exactly 2 years ago, and I would love to work in the backyard, renovate it. I would plant all of that. I would never wear shoes. I don't care how dirty my feet got. And now that I'm not doing it, I feel the absence of it.
Mm.
Lasered story short, I'm part of a group that volunteers to help people. We helped somebody just mulch their backyard, clean it up. They were going through medical treatments. It's something that they wanted to do. They couldn't. And I'm there lugging mulch on my hands, knees and everything. And the gentleman walks over. He goes, "Thank you so much for helping my family." I'm like, "Thank you for letting me get in your backyard and get in the dirt and have a reason to do it." So I sorry for the digression, but just to illustrate why this is so important. And thank you for the insight on the tree taking. And by the way, if you feel stupid hugging a tree, I love the just lean up against, with your back to it. Cause yeah, I'm just sitting here, just hanging out. You won't feel like you're standing out.
Exactly. But
Oh,
no, it wasn't really a digression. It is all part of energy. It's a good point that you raised. We all have energy,
for
everything
sure.
has consciousness in it. So to go back to the chakras though, as we move up, the next chakra, the sacral chakra, is again another chakra that can be very, very blocked in humans. That's the chakra of self-worth, of creativity, of prosperity, of our sexuality. And if that is blocked, then there are a lot of issues that will come up. Most of that is you just feel really unworthy, right? You lack self-worth, you lack creativity, you lack, let's say, inspiration to do things in your life. You can become very manipulative. You can be shut down sexually or over sexual, but not in a healthy way. And you can also have trouble manifesting money or prosperity in your
Wow.
life. So this is a chakra that is very blocked in a lot of humans. And even though it's very blocked in women, particularly because of the location, it's in the womb area. But men don't have a womb, but you do have a space there called a hara, which is not a womb. You are not creating life the way a woman can, but it has that same energy in it. So this affects men just as much as women, but because of the suppression of feminine energy on our earth, this chakra can be very blocked in the majority of women. So there's a lot of work that I have to do there to
Wow.
help people with that chakra. Then you move up to the solar plexus. The solar plexus is your power center. It's where you take action. And so again, if that is blocked and out of alignment, you'll lack confidence. You will lack the ability to really just to go out there and do what you're meant to do. You might hold a lot of anger. You might be very perfectionist. You might be depressed. And here's the thing, even though chakras are energetic, they can manifest into physical ailments as well. If your solar plexus is really blocked and out of alignment, you could end up with the digestive issues or liver problems. So remember, mind, body, spirit, everything is connected.
Hmm.
Up to the heart area. And the heart obviously is all about love, compassion, empathy. And if that's blocked, then of course, there's a lot of anxiety in there. You might not be able to trust. You might not be able to allow yourself to open up to love. You might feel jealousy, moodiness, fear. So again, these are the higher chakras. The lower ones are the root, sacral, and solar plexus. Now we're moving up into the higher ones. So the heart begins that process. And again, the heart can be very blocked in a lot of humans because of fear and because of people that have, let's say, been wounded, from relationships very early on in life. Then we move up to the throat. The throat obviously is all about your purpose, your communication, your expression, your inspiration. And if that's blocked, that's where you have trouble asserting yourself. That's where you will have trouble speaking your truth. That's where you might feel that you almost you have an inability to communicate properly, to express yourself. Like you'll feel like when you want to speak, there's something holding you back. And I've seen that in a lot of my clients. That's a very, very common chakra because
Wow.
we've been told to be quiet, right? We've been told to suppress our emotions. Then we move up to the third eye. And the third eye is all about your insight, your intuition, self-knowledge, okay? And when that's not in alignment, again, you lose the ability to see, but not see with the eyes, to see beyond, to be able to, I guess the word is a BS detector, if you know what I mean.
I can't believe you said that, because somebody told me in the last year that my third eye was blocked, and they try to, free it up a little bit, but it's still blocked. But I make up for it in another chakra, and I have a keen sense of spotting BS. Exactly what was said. Just and that's why I brought that up. Wow.
Yeah, no, that's interesting. That's very interesting. But
Wow.
yeah, it's the ability to see beyond just, just the physical, just what's in front of you. So again, you can lose that insight that you have. And what happens is this is when you seek outside of you for wisdom and knowledge and validation rather than going inside of you. You can also become very afraid of success, or the inverse, which is you can become very egotistical. So again, this is a super important chakra to have in balance, and it can manifest physically. Again, if you have recurring headaches, if you get blurry vision or a lot of eye strain, that's also a manifestation of the blocked third eye. And then finally, we've got the crown. And the crown is really your connection to source, to God, to universe. It's your enlightenment, your spirituality, your inner wisdom, your inner knowing. It's your higher consciousness. And if that's blocked, well, then it's like you forget that you are also this powerful being, because you're not just this insignificant human. And we are far from insignificant, but you lose that connection and you start to feel really depressed and angry. You might also feel destructive about yourself because, like I said, you forget that you do have this connection to this higher power. So I went through all of this to show that when I'm with a client, or if I'm, working on myself, and I'm recognizing these patterns that are coming up in the emotions that they're telling me and what they're going through, I know exactly where to focus the clearing. I know which chakra to go to. Like I said, I'll see the color and I can feel the chakras blocked. And so I help it to get spinning again, to start moving again, because it's energy, and energy is always in motion, right? So I hope this explains a little bit how the basics of, there's so much more, but this is just the basics of our chakra system and how energy has to be able to flow through the body freely in order for the healing to take place, because you can't heal if the chakras are closed, right? I mean, just think about it. Water is not going to flow through a closed, if you don't have a sieve and you're not allowing it to open, water just won't flow through it. It's the same concept with energy.
So lots of questions here.
Mhm.
When it comes to the chakras, they could be closed due to past traumas or stuff going on in your life right now.
Mhm.
When you do a session with someone and you clear the chakras out, how fast can they get closed again? Is it, could it be somewhat instantaneous if you're dealing with a situation? How does that work?
Well, again, it all depends, right? Usually when you do a good chakra clearing, they are clear for a while. Now, I also teach my clients how to do it themselves, because you can. You're capable of doing it, okay? It's the two most important things with energy is your intention. You got to set your intention, and then your visualization or your knowing. Some people are very visual, right? And when I say visual, I don't mean with the eyes. I'm talking about the third eye. I'm
Sure.
talking about, so if you're visual, you can picture light coming through your chakras and you can picture them spinning. If you're not visual, you have what's called a knowing. You don't need to see it. You just know, or you feel that this is happening. So you should be able to do this on your own. Now, again, like you said, if you've had a good chakra clearing and you're feeling better and the energy's flowing, that can last for quite a while. But yes, things will always come up again. If you've worked through a trauma and you have really worked on the healing, that shouldn't block you again. But there could be, a trigger, an incident that comes up and causes the chakra again to close down. Not close down completely because you have cleared them. But what I mean is that, yes, it can close down. There's no set amount of time. It will depend on the circumstances, but I will teach my clients how to do this on their own, and they should be able to do this. It's a practice like everything else. It's not a one-time thing and it's done. That's basically the concept. So,
would you say it's foundational? Like if somebody's going through, some challenges and they feel stuck or just out of sorts, would you say step one, the chakras need to be cleared?
Well, I would get them talking to me first. I'd have to get more information from them. But yes, that is pretty much the first step energetically would be to look at the chakra. Exactly. Like where's the blockage? Because when people are telling me that they're going through, if they have a physical thing, for instance, like if they want Reiki, they're going to give me a physical part of the body that might be hurting them, but that's not the root. The root will be the blocked chakra that's manifesting this pain. So I have to get to that point. So yes, that is the step. It is to get to the chakra, but first they have to share information with me, obviously. So the chakras are the first step. Yeah. Because once I have cleared that, then I can move to the healing part, which is, like I said, being the channel to allow the healing to flow through me and into the client. And then their body does the work because now they have this channel where it's flowing freely. And then after that, I do help them set up a protective shield. And we talked a little bit about this last week, where you can do this any way you want. Like I always picture this beautiful grid around me, and it's 360 and it completely protects me. I picture beautiful golden, like diamond white light. And like that kind of light is so pure and so powerful and so high frequency that it protects you. So I have people can create bubbles, they can create whatever color they want. It can be a shield, it can be a spinning vortex. You can create shields that, especially for people that are really sensitive to energy or empaths like me, I've always been that way. Like if I'm in large crowds, if you're like at a stadium or a concert or a mall or an airport, a lot of people really are just very sensitive to that and it affects you. And this is how I discovered about my energy healing, because I used to be really impacted by so many people around me and all these chaotic energies. And you feel that and you don't know that it's other people's energies you're picking up. You think it's you. So you shield yourself. And this isn't like, something negative. You can set the intention again that you allow love and compassion and high vibrational energy in, but you will not allow the negativity. You will not allow the low vibrational stuff to get to you. And you feel much, much better. And it has worked for me. And I know it has worked for a lot of clients, where you can be in these massive crowds and you're completely like immune to the energies around you. So that's energy shielding. That's one of the methods to protect yourself.
And not even just within the crowds. And I get it. Side note, I recently took a strength assessment evaluation, and it identifies, 34 different strengths. Number one was communication. All right, no brainer. I do this. Number two, empath. Like what? And it's funny because I'm the one that usually says to others, do you realize that you're an empath? Do you realize that you take on others' energy? And I'm doing it. And and this is only in the last 2 months I realized this with this test, but it was my wake-up call to exactly what you're saying, that there needs to be shield protection. I'm good in crowds, but when it's individual situations and people have challenges, issues, and I'm always there, want to help, I need to, put the block up, put some boundaries there, because it will just drain you, make you ill, and all of that. Fabulous talking with you. I've talked to a lot of people about energy healing. Nobody goes as deep, but clear at the same time as you.
Thank you.
Big plus. I mean, you run massively deep, but it's not deep where we can't understand it. How does somebody find you? How do they connect? What's your website?
Yeah, my website is soulquestlifecoachingandenergyhealing.com. Email is soulquestlifecoaching@gmail.com. You can find me on Facebook, Soulquest Life Coaching and Energy Healing, and Instagram, soul.quest2020. And once you connect with me, then we can set up, if you haven't worked with me, a free 30-minute discovery call, or we'll have sessions on Zoom. Because energy transcends time and space. You don't
Yep.
have to be next to the person to do energy.
Yep. And we didn't even mention, but you will feel better after your energy is cleared. People report, I'm sure that you work with, you feel lighter, you just have more clarity, a lot of different things come
Lot
up
of
after.
focus. Absolutely.
Focus, right. Yeah.
And physically as well, ailments have gone away after energy clearing.
Well, you know what? That's a great point, because that's what's going on. You got stuck energy, and it's got to manifest some way. Why
Yeah.
why be ill? Why have
If
disease? That's another.
you address it at the energetic level first,
Yeah.
it will never manifest at the physical level. And if more people understood that, we'd have a lot more health on the planet.
Yeah. Well, Big Pharma would be unhappy about that, but
That's a whole other discussion. Exactly.
that's 15 podcasts right there to talk about that one topic. Tamara, thank you so much for today. Really learned a lot, and always looking forward next time we get together.
It's always a pleasure. Bye,
Thanks.
Steve.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.